Oh boy, this seems to be one of the bigger songs of the album. Just due to the fact that the title features water, I would suppose it's a more emotional song, but due to several factors, I don't think that's actually the case here. Anyway. That a harp? That's... That was ridiculous. That was, atmospherically, this intro was probably more intricate than all the songs that have come before. I don't know if that's a fair statement to make, but also, it's probably something I've never heard from Galneryus, like, period. We have this pretty cool medieval sounding flute and harp thing going on, which already evokes this kind of atmosphere of a like peaceful, classical inspired garden, right? And this is pretty much the sound they had in The Reason We Fight, but it picks up that cool melody here. And there's the organ. And the rhythm here, you know, it's kind of dancing around. I don't know if it's like some kind of waltz thing going on there, maybe not. I might be wrong about that, but it has this dance-like quality combined with a kind of dark sound. It reminds me a bit of Phantom of the Opera. And that chord is really cool, it sounds so open.
In the sweet passage of time, in this relentless world, will lights collide? When shadows merge with light, do the chance to unfold, do so find their way. In the cadence of chaos, and the lighting till the sky apart. When shadows merge with light, do we grow in stones and rays? Our hearts we give to the truth. Why do we get consumed by the grief of hate? Why do we fulfilling our whole fate? Crossing the river, could we see the world of pretense in Walter's gaze? Real through the darkness, hearts blazing bright, hold the race with the thunderous beat across the land. In the depth of my soul, I find my place, trusting myself and fight.
Strings are...
In the mist-laden forest, we see them, but we are destined to tread. When shadows merge with light, with the path of hope before.
They're doing really weird rhythm-like things, like putting in those weird breaks in the melody. It kind of reminds me a bit of, you know, sometimes they're doing songs that sound a bit like a musical. So I think it's a bit inspired by that. There's a song I really like from the Force of Courage album. It's called Rain of Tears. It's a similar format. And they don't do it often, but I like it when they do that, definitely. They're driving here with this more bard-like melody, pretty much giving you the vibes of shows telling a story here. And they really smoothly, but also very noticeably, travel through those differing atmospheres. We have this more peaceful element, and then we have this more darker dance kind of thing I've outlined before. Gives the story a pretty cool dynamic. The melody's dragging a bit. Let's go, Yuki. Yuki's still going in the background. Dude. And the drums. Oh, Castlevania, bro. I'm sorry, I'm having a really hard time stopping this. That was phenomenal, and it was probably the most proggy thing I've heard in quite a while. That was such a good solo. Again, what I always like is if it's kind of moving through a story, which typically means it's moving in a kind of sensical way through different graspable atmospheres and stuff, which it definitely does. What's also cool, they have this kind of, you know, dance-like sound, and they're morphing it and interpreting it in so many different ways. It's just really cool. And also what I didn't expect in a song called In Water's Gaze was this element of darkness, which I mean, it does make sense. The deep sea is kind of a symbol for darkness, but we don't want to go into that. To make it short, I would propose we listen to that solo again. That string and plain piano. It sounds so cool. That legato roll. Just a quick shout out. His phrasing is so good here. I mean, it always was like that in some regard, but like it's also the first time in quite a while we have like actively noticed those ornamentations he puts in because it's so prominent here. It's really fitting. And those little slides in between. That's really effective here. And you know, we had that dark section which had this like really threatening kind of presence, and notice how he slowly moved upward, kind of like almost as if out of the depths of the water. And then we're in this high glimmering kind of sphere now in the solo. That's such a cool section. And it has this kind of like chaotic element of a chaotic dance. Imagine someone is like dancing a kind of like waltz, but in a really stilted, weird, kind of awkward manner. Also, this was what I've noticed before when he played that high melody. He just played that cool melody for a short while and then got distorted and, you know, wobbled all over the place before they transitioned into this Castlevania sounding thing. Still has kind of a like smoothness to it. Almost as if they're singing together. That's an earned chorus. Of course. We heard a string a bit here. That was cool. We heard the scratching of the string a bit. That's always a cool sound. Like, his guitar was singing here, absolutely. More than in the songs before, definitely. Like I've mentioned at the end of the solo, it almost sounded like, you know, the keyboard and the guitar were singing together, you know, a duo, which really smoothly translated into show. Actually, that was a really cool transition. Like, wow, that was not your regular song, you know, and neither was your regular Galneryus song. So yes, for those who were of the opinion that the song is actually pretty cool or like one of the best of the album, yeah, I probably can agree so far, although I'm excited, of course, for what else is to come. So let's take a look at the lyrics for a second. In the swift passage of time, in this relentless world where lights collide, when shadows merge with light, do natures truly unfold? Do souls find their way? Just to translate a bit here, natures truly unfold, like what I really strongly get from that is, can you actually trust in nature's processes? The fact that, you know, there's a kind of unspoken law of nature under everything that's happening. Are we still in the hands of this natural law, and can we put our trust into that, or do we diverge so much with our like idea of independent thought that this does not apply for us anymore? In the cadence of chaos, as the lightning tears the sky apart, when shadows merge with light, do we grow in stone's embrace? Our hearts we give to the truth. Why do we get consumed by the grip of hate? Why do we fight sealing our own fate? It rhymes. Crossing the river, could we see the world of pretense in water's gaze? There's things like ripping us left and right, you know, from our like natural behavior. And of course, in some regards, it's necessary. It's talking like about this human element that seems to be placed on top of nature's workings. We ride through the darkness, hearts blazing bright, hold the reins with a thunderous beat. Across the land, in the depths of my soul, I'll find my place, trust in myself, and fight. Just due to the melody of this, when reading it, I suppose that's the chorus, but I'm not sure about that, to be honest. But that's pretty cool. Basically, just evokes the feeling of, you know, we had this bard, like, medieval kind of fantasy-esque quality, so we're riding through this land, and basically trying to find ourselves or something like that. In the mist-laden forest, we seek the path we're destined to tread. When shadows merge with light, will the path unfold before our eyes? Will the light grace our path? When shadows merge with light, it's just a, I don't know, cool imagery there. Why do we get consumed by the grip of hate? Why do we fight around stealing fate? Yeah. Crossing the river, could we see the world of pretense in water's gaze? Okay, then we have that again. We ride through the fire, no fear in sight. Hold the reins with the speed of light. Across the sky, we'll stand on the ground. At the destination, we fight with all our might. Notice how we have that I here. You know, I'll find my place, trust in myself. And now we're having this we'll stand on the ground, we fight with all our might. Again, not too much speculation here, but oftentimes it's this, you know, he's trying to find himself there basically, and there he has found himself, quote unquote, and now they're like comrades. I don't know, it doesn't quite make physical sense or something, but it kind of has that feeling to me, you know. Also a pretty cool imagery here. We ride through the fire. At the same time with the speed of light across the sky, you know, kind of like fire in the sky and stuff. That's just a cool image, dude, like straight up. Here at the top we ride through the darkness, and our heart is the thing bringing light into it. Yeah, and then there's just like repetition and ending up with this dual thing. We ride through the darkness and through this fantasy world and trying to find a place, and we ride through the fire and, you know, into battle, and at the destination we fight with all our might. Those are really fitting verses. I like them a lot, actually. They're not that simple, and they're evoking, you know, quite a lot of imagery here. And now of course I'm pumped for like the remaining songs in the album. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.